All right, eBay community, welcome. Or if you're a new seller or if you're an old seller, welcome too. Closer here, see what happens. Okay. This live stream is just going to consist of a little discussion on what to buy, what to sell on eBay. I'm sure all the people that are seasoned eBay veterans, everybody has different ideas on what to buy and sell. Fantastic. I'm all about it. My main focus when I'm out hunting product or basically just looking for something to flip, I try not to buy anything bigger than my hand. What that means in English or in translation, you try not to buy items that are bulky, that are heavy, weird shaped, because guess what? If you're doing from shipping from home, instead of going to the post office, you're going to need two things. You're going to need a tape measure and a scale. Or a bigger scale like this one. Okay. Something like that. Sure, a digital scale would have been great, but I got it at the thrift store for $1, and I'm waiting for another one to show up that's a digital scale, and they come there all the time, and it's not that deep for me. Back to what I was saying. My secret to selling on eBay, if you want to be profitable, if you want to not lose your mind on, or not lose your wallet on listing something like a bicycle. Let's say it's a Peugeot bicycle that was made in the 70s with a titanium frame and all the bells and whistles. It's a $900 bike, right? You get $400 for it. Great. Let's say you bought it at a yard sale for $20. Great. Guess what? You're going to have to measure that box. You're going to have to weigh it. And if it goes to West Coast, or if it goes like Puerto Rico, Hawaii, you're going to be in for a treat. I remember one time when I sold a snare, drumming snare. I paid $10 at a yard sale for it, and I flipped it for $200. And this was a long time ago. This is when Hurricane Katrina came through in 2007, and I ended up paying an extra $50. It cost $177 to ship. So that wasn't fun. So I learned my lesson. But anyway, I have some product here, VHS tapes. This little tray, I know I said I don't buy bigger than my hand, but when it comes to pottery, handmade pottery, never mind, this is a stamp. This says River Dancer Pottery. So I'm going to Google River Dancer Pottery. I just noticed it now. There's no chips, no cracks of it. I paid $4 for it. Let's see what happens. To ship this, I'll charge about $23.17 because that's exactly what it's going to cost. Just due to the dimensions and the weight and being fragile like it is. However, this tray, I paid $4 for it. I'm assuming this tray is easily about $75. I don't know. But I'm going to list it for about $130. Buy it now or best offer, and I'll buy it at whatever hits. However, I am going to charge for shipping. Some sellers do the free ship thing. I do the free ship thing, but only on certain items. Okay. The only items I do free shipping on, you can take a guess. Right here. These guys. VHS tape. So the reason why I do it is it costs $2.80 to ship this VHS tape through Media Mail. So if I sell this tape for $5.99, I've got 10 cents in this videotape. Okay, this is my score today. You're looking at $16 worth of videotapes. Right? There's some really good ones in here, and there's some proven ones in here. Anytime that you find horror, action adventure, promo tapes, for example, this was yesterday on my live stream. This guy right here, the Teenage Bonnie and Klepto Clyde. However, there's not a screener copy for sale. And I looked under the sold items, not even a screener copy, but this is a rare tape. One just back in December, one sold for $34. Okay, sold. There's several that sell for $28 to $32 to $34. This one's a screener copy, so I did a buy it now for $300. If it hits anywhere around it, I'm happy. If it doesn't, I'll leave it up there for more eyeballs. But this was $1 along with this other stuff. Okay. No, I'm not getting rich, but it's good to have other items along to mesh with your other stuff to make you look like a store. Okay. The more stuff you have, the better you're going to have more traffic coming through your store or your anchor store. What I mean by store, for those people on eBay that are new to eBay, you have different tiers of a store. You have your basic store, which I have, which is like $24 to $95 a month. And you have 250 fixed price listings, 250 auction style listings, and then I get 10,000 additional listings because I'm a managed payment seller. In order to do that, you have to pretty much hold the soap while eBay just decides when to pay you. I'm having some problems with that right now with managed payments, but hopefully they'll get that all rectified in the future. But back where I was saying, when you're out and about looking for product, remember your hand. Try not to buy anything bigger than your hand, unless it's something cool and you know that you can make money on, and by all means, buy it. Like I said, I thought this was cool. I would have never looked at this, but a lady picked it up while I was looking at the VHS tapes, and she looked it up and spun it around, and I saw the back of it there, and I thought it was pretty cool. So she put it down, and as soon as she put it down and took her buggy away, I just picked it up and threw it in my buggy. It was $4, and I guess it's a serving tray or what have you, but regardless, I'm throwing it up on my side for about 160. Let's see what happens. Only in America, people, only in America. Little stuff like little fittings in the box, always sell. Anything that's in packaged already, that was $1. And it's a magnetic soap holder little deal. But I'm going to decide on keeping this for my shower or whatever. So in the big picture of eBay, with COVID and people losing their jobs, used to have dual income, and now you're working with maybe one income, and you want to try to make a little bit of scratch, so you're going to these yard sales and estate sales, but even that's hard pressed because of COVID rules and stuff. I went to a estate sale when they first came after COVID, and they were letting 10 at a time in a place, and I said, heck with this, I'm not going to wait around and waste my time while people are just rummage through the place and take their time they want and pick through it, and by the time you get there, there's nothing good. So I decided not to go to estate sales anymore due to COVID. And then every once in a while, I might go to a yard sale, but right now it's not the time to go to a yard sale. Yard sales happen in the spring. It's called spring cleaning. And so people put that stuff to the curb. They want a new, fresh start. And that's how that works. But when you're a new seller, you want to have variety in your listings. And you might just want to experiment by having some items at a buy it now price that you don't want to get rid of. However, you want to click on that box that says best offer. Don't let eBay decide first off, don't let eBay decide how much your stuff's worth. Like for these videotapes, sometimes when you list them, they'll say exactly what they sold for, from a range from $1.10 to $7.99. Well, I don't have time to look up every single one of these. I only use my spidey sense on stuff that's that I know that's going to be hot. Like I used my spidey sense on this one. Didn't even look it up until last night. But I knew, I set it off to the side, and I knew it was something. So let me shut this off. So don't let eBay determine what is good for them or what you should price it for, because they don't know what you have, the product. All they care about is their final value fee and their listing fees with that. A win-win on eBay is when you have collectibles and you can do them auction style. With that, they don't charge you a quarter by listing it from 99 cents. All other items, they throw a quarter on it, okay? let's say you're selling clothing, you want to do it auction style, they'll throw an extra quarter on that listing. I don't believe it's fair because you pay for a store. However, it's just the way they do things. But you can get away with it if you sell comic books and comic books only. That's what I know. I have my last listings ending tonight on my comic books on Cosmic Depot. And I always start my comic books at 99 cents, even that I know they're worth more than 99 cents. It's all about building the hype up. And those particular people that buy comics are in the same genre as buying slasher movies, which are horror movies or action and adventure, Transformers, kung fu movies, stuff like that. But to be successful on eBay, you have to have a continuous flow of cheap merchandise. I don't care where you find it or how you find it, you have to maintain that flow. You have to keep fresh items on your website. Sure, when you're starting off, you can only probably list, I think eBay has rules where you can only list 20. And then after those 20 sell, you can list more. But it's been quite a while since I did that. I just reached over 5,000 feedback for the green star, which really doesn't mean anything to me, but because not everybody leaves feedback, and I should have been a green star 10 years ago. But who cares, right? As for top seller status, it's great if you have it. It's great if you have it. You get a discount and everything, but what I've learned from top seller is that you're wearing a bullseye on your back as that, with that decal. I'm a power seller, which I have the power seller emblem. It really doesn't do anything for me. I heard you can get health insurance, discounted health insurance through that and everything. I've never pursued it. I heard where you can have one-on-one customer support. That never happened with me. PayPal has done more for me than eBay has ever done on problems with buyers. I just contact PayPal and find out what's the deal with this potential buyer, and they'll let me know and handle it accordingly. But in the meantime, I've got about another, I forgot how long I said the stream was for. But in the meantime, I've got about an hour. I'll be listing these, not listing, I'll just be taking digital pictures of what I'll be listing tonight. I did those listings that the yesterday's stream on all those videotapes that I showed you. Those were already listed. So I listed 35 items yesterday, which is not much at all, I know, but I have these wonderful puppies that two are finding a home, and they demand a lot of time. So I just wanted to spend a little time with them before they go off and do their thing. But all right, enjoy. Oh, that's a good one. The Scrolls. That's that Paul Walker guy that got jobbed. He jobbed himself or something. that's something to look at. Anytime that an actor dies or something happens, for some reason, the videotape says blank detected. But it's a tough world out there with COVID, people losing their jobs, and just imagine if you're a restaurant owner in New York City. You know, you're paying for this wonderful lease on some choice property, and next thing you know, they say, hey, you can't open a patio outside. We're under COVID. And you just spent 10 grand. You spent 10 grand getting the place ready. But lo and behold, you can't open it up because state tells you can't. So what are you going to tell all your employees? Hey, Mr. Dishwasher that's been around ever since I was, on this place, I don't have a paycheck for you because we're on lockdown, and that goes for your wonderful wife as well that's been a cook for me for 20 years, okay? Well, how are those people going to find a job? I mean, how are they going to do what they're going to do? I used to wait tables at a barbecue joint. It was a very popular barbecue place. And COVID came and it completely wiped us out. So I just left, or nothing you can do when you drive 30 minutes into work, and the next thing you know it, they say, hey, you're cut. You only had 2 tables, and it's not worth $12. I mainly worked there because I love the food. They had the best ribs and best potato salad. And plus my friends were there, and it was more of a social type thing as well. But hey, all good things must come to an end, right? You got to reinvent yourself every day. If you don't reinvent yourself, why? I mean, you got to reinvent yourself every day, okay? Period. COVID or non-COVID. That's what I say to myself. But I look at this whole thing, this COVID thing, as a swift kick in my pants to do something like this, like do this live stream. At first, I was like, hell, I don't even know what the heck, how to do this or set this up and all this stuff. I finally figured it out, and here I am. I have a wealth of knowledge on eBay, and so what I'll be doing is eBay live streams while I'm working right here. So I've already, let me tell you, half the battle of eBay is first finding the right stuff to sell, okay? And it's going to take some, what do they call it? Some errors or trial and error, but eventually you're going to do just fine with that, because you're going to learn, because it's going to hit your pocketbook what not to sell. My ex-wife thinks I look like this guy when I have my beard, Jeremiah Johnson. I just wanted to say, guy right here. A good-looking man, but anyway. And anytime that you have little tags like this Gerald Whittier guy that was really proud of his VHS tape and he put stickers on everything, I just peel them off because guess what? Tape ain't worth much anyway, and it's not that deep for me anyway. If it goes, it goes. If not, all these VHS tapes are going to be lined up against the studs in my wall and be used for insulation. Okay? And it's cheaper to buy VHS tapes and use them for insulation than you would buy insulation. And they stack perfectly between the channels of that construction. Anytime that you run into any Disney movie, you're going to do good. I've noticed that Disney movies sell. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, we're during a pandemic, right? And God knows how long we're going to be under a pandemic. So what is more utility, like you learn in economics? Utility is something that you get use out of. Okay? You're not going to get use out of, I don't know what to, like a glass paperweight that's got a nice little hand-blown glass paperweight. Sure, it's a cool looking thing and it holds down paper, but it has no utility. This has utility. People can watch it, okay? So I'm thinking during a lockdown, what else can people do is just watch TV, right? And they're tired of watching mainstream media, the news every night, and say, oh, there's 27,000 new COVID cases and blah, blah, blah. It's boring to me. It doesn't get my jollies going. It doesn't get my juices flowing. Hey, Lucy. This is my little baby, Lucy. She's going to be leaving me Wednesday. Lovely Lucy. Disco, here's Lucy. She's the only girl. Oh, goodness. Back to what I was saying. You want to buy stuff with utility. Utility is what you get useful out of. Hand tools are good. You get utility out of those, and they sell really nice. So when you're at a yard sale, go buy hand tools or buy cheap tools. That's nice. Also, when you're shipping VHS tapes, it doesn't matter if there's 2 in here. You're still going to charge $2.80 because when you put it on the scale and weigh it, and you print the paper through the printer or whatever, the label, it's still going to be $2.80 for some reason. Just giving you a heads up. So back I was saying, when it comes to stuff to buy on to sell on eBay or just to sell whatever, I'm thinking hardback books are going to be a comeback. I think people are going to be reading more because who knows, the big government might just turn the power off and say, oh, we're having a grid problem and everybody's out of power, right? Who knows? I'm not one of those conspiracy people, but I live day to day, and it's nothing surprises me anymore in this world. When I was growing up, I'm almost pushing 50. When I was growing up, I was riding my bicycle around and loving life, not a care in the world. Today, you got to be vigilant. You got to watch for weirdos. You got to be correct. You just got to. I don't know. You just, and then anytime you got, like I saw this fall out of here, this increases the value anytime you have paperwork with that. It increases the value of the videotape for some reason. But here in Shelby, Alabama, it's a beautiful 54 degrees, sunny skies. Everything's drying out. We had some rain. Life is good. Some more eBay talk. Let's talk about, do I need to buy any special lighting for eBay to take pictures? Hell no. The best lighting that you can have is you make your own lighting. I've seen a couple of YouTubers back in the day. I was run off by one of them because I commented on his live stream that why would somebody want to buy these lights you're trying to push on these people, and where to put them? I mean, no lie, there were tripods and there were these huge lights that put off a lot of watts, and they're, I mean, you can just get a suntan underneath them. And I told the fella, I said, hey, I mean, where are you going to store those, under your bed? And they're like $180. And he called me a troll and said that I didn't know what I was talking about. And then when I copied and pasted my sales for that month, he shut up. He shut up. And mind you, this eBayer now has 100,000 subs. I don't know what they're subbing about. I mean, guys, I guess it's all his sweet little fancy lads that buy from his store. He sells broken iPhones and ties that have stains on them. And I don't know if it's a big shady dope deal or what, but I'm missing something on that guy. But enough of my tangent on that. Any type of these kids movies are just fantastic right now. Because imagine you're a new mom and your husband's at work doing the grind, and you have a young one that's about 2 and 3, and they're spinning around like a washing machine, okay? This right here is a lifesaver. You just pop that baby in, and guess what? Boom. Instant babysitter for about, what is it? 1 hour and 31 minutes. So in that 1 hour and 31 minutes while this is playing, guess what you can do? You can sit on the couch and take a nap, or have one eye open while the little one's running around or watching the movie. And also, I was thinking with these videotapes is somehow make an online rental where you just rent a box. You have a catalog, and on that catalog, they can say, all right, Cosmic, I want Mortal Kombat. I just want a box. And so they pick out, each box probably holds about 50 VHS. And then I don't know how I was going to do it, but eventually I'm going to do something of a rental, online rental, which they'll just have a deposit, a small deposit, and then they'll have 50 videos to watch in, we'll say, a month. 50 videos in a month for $29.99. I think that's a fair price to watch 50 videos. That's just me kind of trying to reinvent myself again, trying to think of other ways of doing things. There's always a different way of doing things. You need to set yourself apart from other sellers as well. Don't ever mix politics or religion or anything when you're selling. Don't do it. I never have. I've seen other people where they say, God bless, or 2020 this and all that. Well, that's great and dandy. If you want to do that, go starve. Okay? Go starve. Because anytime that you try to push religion or push politics on people, it drives people away from buying your items. They want to buy it from somebody that's just quiet, has a good product, ships fast, and that's how that works. But that's my 2 cents worth on that one. Other than that, football season's over. Alabama won. Roll Tide. I'm not much of I don't follow it, but I'm glad that Alabama won. And just thinking to myself, how much did the college lose this year? How much money did the Alabama Crimson Tide lose? Could you imagine the concessions? Could you imagine the hotels? Imagine the strip? Could you imagine? Period. I was thinking about that last night. Will it get better? I'm not thinking so anytime soon. Also, people are getting their stimuluses. I haven't got it. I'm not going to get it. Which is great for eBay sellers, because that extra $600 might go in their pocket for hobby income or hobby expenses. Like, for instance, comic books or collector videotapes. That's what you call hobby expenses. They want to upgrade their collection and have a better copy of something they've had their whole life and move on from it. I'm still trying to scratch my head about gas prices. They were so low, but they've jumped approximately 34 cents in the past week. Is now a $2.17 a gallon, no, $2.19 a gallon. And before, it was not pennies on the dollar, but it was cheap. But how does that work when not as many people are driving and they're working from home? Well, you tell me on that one. Whatever happened to the law of supply and demand? When demand goes up, prices go up. When supply goes low, prices should go up. I hope that made sense. And then for some reason, anytime that you have a plastic case like that, that's called an X rental. And for some reason, these do better than your average VHS tape if they're X rentals. And then anytime a videotape is sealed, the demand for it to sell, or the probability for it to sell, goes up as well. And like I said earlier, I'm just starting this eBay stuff up because, first of all, it is a new year. And I said to myself, how can I better myself, and how can I expand my sales, and how can I expand my knowledge? And I thought to myself, well, I'll just start doing this. I'll start doing a live stream while I'm working or taking pictures. And then when I'm through with the stream, I'll go and play with my puppies, play with my dogs, make a sandwich, walk around the park. And then at night, I'll do my listings. And then anyway, by 2 o'clock every day, I always check what's sold so I can pack and ship those and have those out. If you can, you have to ship within 24 hours. And eBay will tell you that. You have to ship between 24 hours. Or you'll start getting a late shipment rate percentage. I don't believe it's fair because stuff does happen. Like there was a storm that came through and branch fell on my truck and not totaled out my truck, but didn't help it any. And I wasn't able to go anywhere because I had a huge tree laying in my driveway. And I had all these orders that were supposed to go out. Well, it didn't happen. And those orders turned into late percentage, and it took off my top seller status. But it was okay, because all that top seller status did for me was put a bullseye on my back and had all these yellow stars chomping at the bit to say, oh, I'm not happy with my purchase. I want partial supply or partial refund on this item. I don't do partial refunds. You buy it, you keep it. This eBay money back guarantee is total bullshit. Excuse my language. I have this Golf Buddy watch. I was brand new in the box. This fellow was like, oh, it only stays on for 15 minutes after I charge it. I was like, okay, no problem. Go see how much your battery is, and I'll pay and replace the battery. It sold for $59 with free shipping. Shipping, it cost me like $8. And I told the guy, I said, just, next time, just take a look and I'll refund you $25. The guy comes back and says, no, I just want a refund. And so I thought to myself, well, it's as is, I don't accept returns, but eBay has this new thing where you have to accept that particular item back for some reason. I guess it's because it's electronics. So I'm going to steer away from buying, unless I get a really good price on it, unless it's like $1. Brand new in the box, I'll buy it. But I'm not going to mess around anymore with that because I lost money on that transaction. I'm not into losing money. I mean, why are you selling anyway? You're selling to make money. You're selling to build your clientele up. You're selling to make you feel good about yourself. You're GTMing it, baby. You're getting that money, okay? And GTM is all what it's about. Regardless on how much you got, as long as it's flowing, you feel good. If you do a sale, you feel good. If you don't do a sale, you just got to keep grinding. You got to keep grinding. eBay is not easy. eBay is not easy and that's what I'm going to do a quick video later on this evening on. It's not going to be a live stream. It's just going to be one of these little videotape deals where I'm going to say eBay is not easy. And that's all I'm going to have under the caption, and ask and tell why it's not easy. Because first off, it's a wolf's den. It's not made for it's not made for your average. If you're, let's say you had a professional job your whole life, white collar job, paycheck every 2 weeks or paycheck every week, pension, you name it, Roth IRA, blah, blah, blah. And then you show up to work and you're about 52 years old, and your employer's like, Sonny, you did a great job for me. You're just amazing, and you did so much for the company, but I'm sorry, you're just going to have to pack your pencils up in your desk and we'll walk you out the door. That's happening a lot more than what you think during the pandemic, because employers want younger millennials to work for them because they're healthy, they're easy coaching, they're not as tuned or as educated as older people because they've been poisoned by whatever that's out there, and they can be easily molded into what they want to be molded into. So I'm saying this through not experience, but just put 2 and 2 together. If you're 50 and over and you worked at a job for 20 years, instead of them saying, you're doing a great job, we'd love to have you around for another 10 years or till retirement, it ain't going to happen. They're not going to pay your pension. They're not going to pay your extra health care costs. They're not going to contribute to your 401k. They're going to hire many of the millennial jumping in and bebopping around and energy and all this just to do whatever their scope is and not any more or less, and pay them less. That's how it is. So anybody that's lost their job and needs to make some coin and wants to start this eBay thing, I'm all for it. I will help you. I will help you. One more time, I will help you. You just let me know what you need. If you have any questions, that's why I have this screen open. And sure, I'm not expecting a plethora of future people to come on right now. Since I'm new, I'm not worried about it. It's all about grinding. Got to grind at it. Got to grind. It wouldn't be fun if you didn't have to grind. Life is all about chasing your dream. My dream's not to be a eBay celebrity or whatever, or YouTube guy. I'm just here because normally I wouldn't be doing this stuff right now at this time. I'd be doing it later on tonight. It's a beautiful day outside, blah, blah, blah. But this is going to discipline me to do my listings first, or do my pictures first, because I already have 2 tubs, which is approximately close to 74 items to list tonight. And those 74 items will take me a little while to list them, which will be approximately close to 4 hours worth of work. By listing and loading and all that good stuff. I won't be researching many of them. I'll just be researching a few. especially the horror ones. And there's one that's signed or autographed by Davey Allison, which I thought was really cool and interesting. When I get to it, I'll get to it. But back to what I was saying, if you're new to eBay and you don't really know where to start, and you have all these different people telling you different things, just wait a minute and listen to me first, and then decide which avenue you want to go. I'm not going to steer you in the wrong direction. I've got 16 years experience just on eBay. I haven't dabbed into the Craigslist thing, but I am going to do that starting next week, because all the stuff that is bigger than your hand, like amplifiers, guitar amps, and just bulky stuff, musical instruments, especially, you're going to do on Craigslist. I've done many a shady dope deals on Craigslist where I had to meet somebody somewhere, but it all worked out for me because I always met them at the Publix parking lot from where I used to live. And one of my best home runs on selling was buying a CPAC machine for $5, and I sold it for $500. And I thought that was really nice. And all I need is about 4 of those a week, and I'll be just fine. But I'm about to conclude this live stream. I know I was going to say till 1 o'clock, but I'm going to play with the puppies and go walk to the park and chill out there, get my head straight, so when I come back, I'll be able to have all my pictures downloaded and work from there. That's a rare copy. That's the original release of the Mad Max, because it's from 1979. The other ones don't have that emblem on it. So that's going to be a better copy. That's going to be and here's that autograph from Bobby Allison. It's got an autograph on it. And this is the Bobby Allison racing story. And it's been autographed. So that right there paid for all these videotapes. So if I sell that from the low end for $16, that pays for all these videotapes I just listed. It does help if you have storage when you do buying a lot of items, because you don't want to get into renting a warehouse and all that jive, because that's going to take away from your bottom dollar. But just want to say this concludes my eBay talk, and thank you so much for your time.